Episode 23, opening segment. The arena is packed with excited fans, the air thick with anticipation. The walls are lined with old VHS tapes, creating a nostalgic atmosphere, while eerie purple slime drips from the ceiling, giving the venue an otherworldly feel. The camera pans across the lively crowd, capturing signs and costumes that reflect the eclectic nature of 1412 wrestling. Uh, the screen transitions to a backstage area where the unexpected happens. Gilbert makes his debut in classic fashion, comically stumbling into the scene with a fire extinguisher aimed directly at his face. He frantically waves it around before finally managing to shut it off, covered in foam. Wiping foam from his eyes, he raises a fist in determination. "I'm here to make an impact. Who's next?" The crowd in the arena roars with laughter and applause, fully embracing the comedic entrance. The camera cuts to the commentary table where Mr. Feeney, Elvira, Pauly Shore, and Jim Ross are seated, ready to recap the previous episode's events. Mr. Feeney, adjusting his glasses and smiling at the camera. "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another thrilling episode of 1412 Wrestling. Last week was nothing short of spectacular, wouldn't you agree, Elvira?" Leaning forward with a mischievous grin. "Absolutely, Mr. Feeney. We had everything from magical battles to ferocious tigers in the ring. And let's not forget the epic showdown in the flaming elimination chamber match." "Yeah, buddy, that was totally rad. Mike Tyson managed to keep his title, but man, those pigeons were almost more entertaining than the match itself." "Indeed, Pauly. Tyson showed incredible resilience and strategy, but we also saw the debut of Rapunzel, who put on an impressive performance against Lady Gaga. That match really set the tone for the night." Mr. Feeney, and who could forget the high-energy Divas Championship match between Lady Gaga and Lola Bunny? Despite interference from Ariana Grande and Nikki Bella, Gaga managed to retain her title with a clever roll-up pin. Plus, we had Scott Steiner's Tigers mauling their way to victory against Buzz Lightyear and Dave Meltzer. The crowd was on the edge of their seats the whole time. Excitedly, and Psycrow retaining his laser gun surfing battle championship in that insane four-way match. He even called out Earthworm Jim, saying the couch isn't a power source. That rivalry is just heating up. Jim Ross leaning in. Let's not forget the chaotic aftermath with Bars and the Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade. Eric Matthews' egg attack was the icing on the cake for an unforgettable night. Mr. Feeney with a twinkle in his eye. It's clear that the landscape of 1412 wrestling is ever-changing, and tonight's episode promises even more surprises and action. Stay tuned, folks, because this is just the beginning. The camera zooms out, capturing the excited faces of the commentary team as the opening segment concludes. The energy in the arena is palpable, and the fans are eager for the night's events to unfold. Cut to the ring as the opening pyrotechnics explode, signaling the start of another wild episode of 1412 Wrestling. Episode 23, Match 1, Competitive Eating Championship. The arena's lights dim and the familiar theme song of Joey Tribbiani begins to play. The crowd erupts with mixed reactions as Joey makes his way to the ring, the Competitive Eating Championship belt proudly displayed around his waist. He waves to the fans, exuding confidence and charisma. Announcer introducing first the reigning and defending Competitive Eating Champion, Joey Tribbiani. Joey takes his place at a large table in the center of the ring, which is piled high with an assortment of pies. The crowd's mixed cheers turn into a chorus of boos as they realize it's another eating contest. Chants of, "We want chaos," fill the air. Suddenly, the theme song from Cheers starts playing, and Norm Peterson walks out to a raucous applause. Norm looks ready to devour anything in his path, his reputation for having an insatiable appetite preceding him. And his challenger from Cheers, Norm Peterson. Norm confidently strolls to the ring, acknowledging the cheers from the crowd. He joins Joey at the table, both men staring each other down over the mountainous pile of pies. Well, folks, it's not the chaos they wanted, but we've got a competitive eating championship on the line. Joey Tribbiani, the reigning champion, faces a formidable challenger in Norm Peterson. Joey's got charm, but Norm's got the appetite of 1,000 men. This is going to be interesting. The bell rings, and both competitors immediately dive into the pies, shoveling them into their mouths at an astonishing rate. The crowd continues to boo, demanding action instead of eating. Joey takes an early lead, his hands moving like lightning. Norm, however, quickly catches up, his experience at the bar proving useful in this unconventional battle. The pies disappear at an incredible pace, crumbs flying everywhere. As the final seconds tick down, Norm pulls ahead, his eating technique flawless. Joey struggles to keep up but can't match Norm's voracious pace. The bell rings, signaling the end of the contest. Announcer, the winner and new competitive eating champion, Norm Peterson. The crowd gives a mixed reaction, some cheering for Norm's victory while others continue to boo the eating contest. Norm raises his new championship belt, triumphantly, a satisfied smile on his face. Suddenly, Chandler Bing's music hits and the crowd's boos turn to cheers as he sprints down the ramp, sliding into the ring. Without hesitation, Chandler attacks Joey, knocking him to the mat with a series of punches. He grabs a microphone and stands over Joey, breathing heavily. Joey, you've been living on borrowed time, and now it's time for a change. Chandler pulls out a Foot Clan headband and ties it around his head, raising his fist in the air. Bing, I'm now a proud member of Shredder's Foot Clan. The crowd erupts with a mix of shock and excitement as Chandler drops the microphone and exits the ring, leaving Joey lying on the mat in pain. Norm looks on in surprise, his new championship belt slung over his shoulder. Jim Ross. Good God Almighty, Chandler has joined the Foot Clan. This rivalry is far from over, folks. What will this mean for Joey and the rest of 1412 wrestling? Mr. Feeney. One thing is certain, the landscape of 1412 wrestling has just changed dramatically. Stay tuned, folks, because the chaos is just beginning. The camera cuts to commercial as the ring crew cleans up the remnants of the pie-eating contest, and Joey is helped backstage by officials. The energy in the arena is electric, with fans eagerly anticipating what's next. Episode 23, Segment 2, Backstage Politicking. The scene transitions to a bustling backstage area where Hulk Hogan, wearing his classic red and yellow gear, is seen talking animatedly to a group of 1412 wrestling management officials. The group includes VP Dana Scully, President Freddy Krueger, Commissioner Eric Matthews, and GM Rita Repulsa. Hogan's voice booms over the noise of the bustling backstage. Hulk Hogan, waving his arms for emphasis. Listen here, brother. I've been carrying this company on my back, dude. The Hulkamaniacs are out there chanting my name, and they want to see me take on Mike Tyson for the World Championship, brother. You know it makes sense. Dana Scully looks skeptical but polite, her arms crossed as she listens. Freddy Krueger smirks, his bladed glove resting on his chin. Eric Matthews looks a bit lost in thought, while Rita Repulsa seems impatient, tapping her staff on the ground. Hulk, I understand your passion, but we have to consider all options. It's not just about popularity, it's about what's best for the show. Just then, Elvis Presley struts into the scene, his iconic white jumpsuit glittering under the backstage lights. He's munching on a peanut butter and banana sandwich, his signature snack. He stops when he sees the group, a confident grin spreading across his face. Well, well, well. What do we have here? Hogan, you might have your Hulkamaniacs, but I've got the King's Court, and let me tell you, baby, the King deserves a title shot too. Hogan turns to face Elvis, his eyebrows shooting up in surprise. The two larger-than-life personalities stare each other down, the tension palpable. Elvis, brother, this isn't about who's got the bigger fan base. I've been in the ring with the best, and I've proved myself time and time again. You're a legend in music, man, but this is wrestling. Elvis Presley, taking a bite of his sandwich, unfazed. And I'm a legend everywhere I go, Hogan. Don't forget, I've got moves that can shake up any ring. Plus, with my royal status, I'm more than qualified to take on Tyson. The crowd wants to see the King in action, and they deserve to see a real showstopper. The management team exchanges confused glances. Freddy Krueger chuckles softly, his gloved hand tapping against his chin as he enjoys the exchange. Eric Matthews finally snaps out of his thoughts, looking between Hogan and Elvis. All right, let's calm down here. Both of you make good points, but we need to think about this carefully. We'll discuss it and get back to you. Rita Repulsa sighs dramatically, clearly losing patience. Enough of this. We'll let you know our decision soon. Just keep your egos in check, both of you. Dana Scully nods in agreement, and the group starts to walk away. Hogan and Elvis continue to exchange heated words as the management team disappears around a corner. Hulk Hogan pointing a finger at Elvis. This isn't over, Presley. The Hulkster's not backing down. Smirking. Anytime, any place, Hogan. The King's ready to rock. The camera cuts back to the arena as the crowd buzzes with excitement, clearly eager to see how this clash of legends will unfold. Episode 23, Segment 3, Divas Championship. The camera cuts to the ring, which is now spotlighted in anticipation for the next match. The crowd's energy is palpable as the announcers, Jim Ross and Elvira, set the stage. Folks, we've got an exciting match coming up for the Divas Championship. But before that, we've got a special guest with a few words. That's right, JR, making a rare appearance in the ring, it's Catherine Isabel. The lights dim, and a dramatic spotlight follows Catherine Isabel as she makes her way to the ring. Dressed in dark Gothic attire that hints at her iconic roles, she grabs a microphone and addresses the crowd. 1412 Wrestling. It's great to be here. You might know me from my various movie roles, where I've faced all kinds of horrors and challenges. But let me tell you, nothing has prepared me more for this ring than my time in Ginger Snaps. If you think you can scare me, think again. I've faced werewolves and worse, and I'm ready for anything this place throws at me. The crowd reacts with a mix of cheers and curiosity, clearly intrigued by her presence and words. Lady Gaga, I respect your talents, but tonight, the unexpected will reign supreme. Let's see if you can handle a little bite. She smirks, foreshadowing some potential werewolf shenanigans, and drops the mic as her entrance music fades out. The crowd's excitement builds as they anticipate the match. Lady Gaga's music hits, and she makes her entrance with all her usual flair, performing a live rendition of her song, Bloody Mary. The crowd is split, some cheering for Gaga's theatrics, others for Isabel's unique presence. Jim Ross, and here comes the champion, Lady Gaga. This match is going to be one for the ages, folks. Two incredible women with a lot to prove. Let's see who comes out on top. The bell rings, and the match begins. Gaga starts off strong, using her cunning tactics and a mix of strikes and grapples to keep Catherine on the defensive. But Catherine, drawing on her agility and movie-trained combat skills, quickly turns the tables. She dodges a particularly vicious attack from Gaga, countering with a flurry of quick strikes and a stunning dropkick. Gaga, visibly frustrated, tries to regain control with her signature moves, but Catherine's unpredictability and resilience keep her off balance. The match sees several near falls, with both competitors showcasing their strengths. Gaga uses her theatrics, at one point distracting Catherine with a sudden burst of pyro from the ring posts. However, Catherine remains focused, dodging a surprise attack and countering with a quick roll-up pin. Counts 1, 2, 3. The bell rings and the crowd erupts in shock and excitement as Catherine Isabel's hand is raised in victory. Ladies and gentlemen, your new Divas champion, Catherine Isabel. Gaga can't believe what just happened. Enraged, she glares at Catherine before grabbing a microphone. This isn't over. You think you can outsmart me? I have powers you can't even comprehend. Gaga begins chanting something mystical, her eyes glowing with a strange light. In an instant, she disappears from the ring, teleporting to the back in a flash of light. The crowd is left in awe, murmuring about what just happened. My God, Elvira, did you see that? Gaga just vanished. I told you this place was full of surprises, JR. Catherine Isabel is our new Divas champion, but it looks like Gaga isn't done yet. The camera focuses on Catherine Isabel, who stands triumphant in the ring, who stands championship, holding the Divas championship high as the crowd cheers. The screen fades to black, leaving everyone eager to see what happens next. Episode 23, Segment 4. The scene transitions to a chaotic backstage area where Hulk Hogan and Elvis Presley are once again seen lobbying for a title match against Mike Tyson. Hogan, wearing his signature red and yellow, flexes his muscles while Elvis, clad in a sparkling jumpsuit, adjusts his sunglasses. Both are trying to convince the 1412 wrestling management, which includes VP Dana Scully, President Freddy Krueger, Commissioner Eric Matthews, and GM Rita Repulsa. Hulk Hogan, listen here, brother, I've carried this business on my back, and if anyone deserves a shot at Tyson, it's me. The Hulkster has the power, the intensity, and the fans behind him. Elvis Presley, well, thank you very much, but the king deserves this title shot. My fans want to see some real royalty in the ring, and who better than Elvis Presley to take down Tyson? The management looks visibly confused and exasperated, unsure how to decide. Suddenly, the sound of jingle bells echoes through the corridor, and everyone turns to see Gary Busey dressed as Santa Claus. He's accompanied by the golf cart stable, consisting of Iron Sheik, John 420, the Minotaur, Bart Gunn, and thousands of ancient Sumerians wielding chainsaws. The scene is completely absurd, with Busey's bizarre entourage creating a chaotic spectacle. Gary Busey. Ho, ho, ho. It's Christmas in July, and Santa Busey is here to deliver a title match. Tyson, you better watch out because I've got a sleigh full of surprises. Eric Matthews, clearly overwhelmed, looks around at the bizarre scene. Hogan and Elvis exchange bewildered glances, clearly frustrated by the sudden turn of events. All right. Everyone calm down. Gary, if you want a title match against Mike Tyson, then so be it. It's Christmas in July after all. Brother, you can't be serious. This guy's a lunatic. Elvis Lee, you gotta be kidding me, man. This is insane. Gary Busey laughs maniacally, swinging a candy cane like a sword as his entourage cheers him on. The ancient Sumerians rev their chainsaws, adding to the madness of the scene. Ho, ho, ho. Get ready, Tyson, because Santa Busey is coming to town. The camera pans to the management, who are still trying to process what just happened. Dana Scully shakes her head in disbelief, while Freddy Krueger sharpens his claws, amused by the chaos. Well, it looks like we've got our match. Good luck, Gary. You're gonna need it. As the scene fades out, Hogan and Elvis continue to argue, clearly unhappy with the decision. Gary Busey, still dressed as Santa Claus, marches off with his entourage, ready for the upcoming match against Mike Tyson. Folks, I have no idea what's going on, but it looks like Gary Busey is getting a title shot against Mike Tyson. This is 1412 wrestling, where anything can happen. And usually does. Stay tuned, because this night is far from over. The screen fades to black, leaving the audience eagerly anticipating the upcoming chaos. Episode 23, Segment 5. The camera transitions to the main arena, where the crowd is buzzing with excitement. The ring is set up for the next match, with a giant surfboard ramp and laser guns positioned around the ring. The announcers Jim Ross and Elvira are hyping up the next match. Folks, get ready for one of the most unique matches in all of wrestling. The Laser Gun Surfing Battle Championship. We've got the defending champion Psycrow taking on the challenger I-Guy. This one's going to be wild. That's right, Jim. These two competitors are known for their unpredictability and chaos. Anything can happen in this match. The lights dim as Psycrow's entrance music blares through the speakers. He appears at the top of the ramp, laser gun in hand, and rides down the ramp on a surfboard, doing tricks and firing lasers into the air. The crowd cheers wildly. Here comes the champion, Psycrow. He's been dominant in this division, but tonight he faces a formidable opponent. Psycrow enters the ring, flexing and showing off his laser gun skills. The lights dim again as I-Guy's entrance music begins. I-Guy, with his numerous eyes glowing, walks down the ramp, scanning the entire arena. The crowd is in awe of his bizarre appearance. And here comes the challenger I-Guy. With his unique ability to see everything, he might just have the edge tonight. I-Guy enters the ring, his eyes moving independently to keep an eye on Psycrow. The referee signals for the bell, and the match begins.
Jim Ross.
Here we go. The Laser Gun Surfing Battle Championship is underway. Psycrow immediately takes to his surfboard, firing lasers at I-Guy. I-Guy dodges with ease, his multiple eyes giving him a panoramic view of the ring. He grabs a laser gun and returns fire, forcing Psycrow to take cover behind his surfboard. Look at I-Guy go. He's using his vision to dodge every shot Psycrow takes. The two competitors continue their battle, with lasers flying across the ring. Psycrow attempts a high-flying move off the surfboard, but Guy sees it coming and counters with a laser blast that sends Psycrow crashing to the mat. Jim Ross. What a counter by Guy. He saw that move coming from a mile away. Guy grabs Psycrow and hits a series of rapid laser shots, disorienting the champion. He then climbs onto his surfboard and performs a series of flips and spins, showcasing his agility. The crowd is on their feet, cheering for the action. Guy is on fire. He's got Psycrow on the ropes. In a final move, Guy uses his laser gun to create a dazzling light show, blinding Psycrow temporarily. He then hits a powerful laser blast, knocking Psycrow off his feet and securing the pin. It's over. Guy has done it. We have a new laser gun surfing battle champion. The referee raises Guy's hand in victory as the crowd erupts in cheers. Guy takes the championship belt, holding it high for all to see. Elvira. What an incredible match. Guy has dethroned Psycrow and is the new champion. As Guy celebrates, Psycrow staggers to his feet, clearly frustrated. Suddenly, Earthworm Jim's music hits, and he charges down the ramp carrying the infamous couch he stole from Harry and Marv. The crowd goes wild. Jim Ross. Wait a minute, it's Earthworm Jim. What's he doing here? Earthworm Jim slides into the ring and blindsides Psycrow with the couch, knocking him down. He repeatedly slams the couch into Psycrow, venting his frustrations. Elvira. Earthworm Jim is attacking Psycrow. This rivalry is far from over. Security rushes to the ring to separate the two, but not before Earthworm Jim lands a few more hits with the couch. Psycrow is left lying in the ring as Earthworm Jim stands over him, couch held high, while the crowd chants his name. Jim Ross. This is absolute chaos. Earthworm Jim has made his presence felt, and Psycrow is down. The camera fades out as the scene transitions to the next segment, leaving the audience in anticipation of what will happen next. Episode 23, Segment 6. The camera transitions to a backstage area filled with posters of boiled eggs crossed out with a red line. There are Episode 23, Segment 6. The camera transitions to a backstage area filled with posters of boiled eggs crossed out with a red line. There are banners that read "Down with boiled eggs" and "No more eggs." The atmosphere is tense, filled with a mix of determination and anticipation. The Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade is gathered around a table laden with strategy maps and plans, led by their fierce leader, Bars. Bars. All right, team, listen up. We might not be taking down the boiled egg menace tonight, but we need to be ready for when the time comes. We have a solid plan, and we can't afford any mistakes. This is our moment. Donkey Lips from Salute Your Shorts pounds his fists together, his face set in a serious expression. He's clearly pumped and ready for action. Donkey Lips, I hate boiled eggs. They smell bad and they're slimy. We're going to crush them. Doug Funny, dressed in his classic green sweater vest and shorts, looks a bit nervous but determined. He nods fervently. Right, guys, we've got to stick together and show everyone that boiled eggs don't belong here. We can do this. Baby Rexa, with her fierce stage presence and vibrant personality, stands tall, exuding confidence. She flips her hair and addresses the group. Let's make sure we do this with style. We're going to make sure everyone remembers this moment. Boiled eggs will be history by the time we're done. Cliff O'Malley, the reckless and enthusiastic party guy from Dead Man on Campus, is bouncing with energy. He slaps the table, causing the maps to scatter. Yeah, let's rock this place and send those eggs packing. No one messes with the Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade and gets away with it. Bars steps forward, his face intense, ready to deliver his scathing promo on boiled eggs. The camera zooms in on him as he begins to speak, his voice filled with passion and conviction. Bars, boiled eggs, listen up. We're coming for you. For too long, you've plagued this promotion with your disgusting, rubbery texture and foul smell. You think you're some kind of nutritious snack? Well, we see right through you. You're nothing but a relic of outdated cuisine. Today, the Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade stands united, and we won't rest until you're completely eradicated from 1412 wrestling. The team cheers, their voices echo through the backstage area. The intensity of their resolve is palpable. Bars, Donkey Lips, you ready to show these eggs what you're made of? You bet I am, bars. No boiled egg is safe when I'm around. Doug, you got the strategy down? Absolutely. We're going to outsmart and outmaneuver them at every turn. Baby, Cliff, you two bring the fire and the fun. Make sure everyone knows we're serious, but we're also here to put on a show. Got it, bars. We'll make it unforgettable. Yeah, make it legendary. The camera pans out to show the entire anti-boiled egg brigade, their resolve unshakable. Bars raises his fist, and the rest of the team follows suit, a united front against their common enemy. Boiled eggs, prepare for your end. This is the anti-boiled egg brigade, and we're coming for you. The scene fades to black as the team huddles together, finalizing their plans and hyping each other up. The anticipation is building for the inevitable clash, and the crowd is left eagerly awaiting the next development in this bizarre and intense feud. Episode 23, Segment 7. The camera cuts to the arena where the crowd is buzzing with anticipation for the next match. The ring is adorned with ancient symbols and lit by flickering torches, setting the stage for the sword fighting championship. The atmosphere is electric as the announcers hype up the upcoming bout. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a real treat for you tonight. The sword fighting championship is on the line, and we've got a surprise challenger stepping up to Lady Gaga. That's right, Jim. It's not every day you see someone like Jesus Christ stepping into the ring. This is going to be one for the history books. The lights dim as Lady Gaga's entrance music, Bloody Mary, starts to play. Gaga emerges from the back, clad in her signature avant-garde armor, wielding a gleaming sword. She makes her way to the ring, exuding confidence and determination. Gaga's been a dominant champion, but she's got her work cut out for her tonight. This is going to be gnarly. As Gaga enters the ring, the music shifts to a serene and heavenly tune. The crowd falls silent in awe as Jesus Christ appears at the top of the ramp, dressed in flowing white robes and carrying a simple yet elegant sword. He walks down to the ring with an aura of calm and grace, his presence captivating everyone in the arena. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this. Jesus Christ himself, here to challenge for the sword fighting championship. The bell rings and the match begins. Gaga charges at Jesus with her sword, but he gracefully sidesteps her attack and counters with a swift, precise strike. The two engage in a fast-paced duel, with Gaga using her cunning tactics and agility, while Jesus relies on his divine powers and unmatched skill. Gaga manages to hold her own for a while, showcasing her impressive swordsmanship and quick reflexes. She uses a series of feints and deceptive moves to keep Jesus on his toes. However, Jesus remains calm and composed, countering each of Gaga's attacks with ease. As the match progresses, it becomes clear that Jesus' divine powers are too much for Gaga to overcome. With a final breathtaking move, Jesus disarms Gaga, sending her sword flying out of the ring. The crowd erupts in cheers as Jesus stands victorious. Result: Jesus wins the sword fighting championship. Post-match, Lady Gaga is visibly frustrated and enraged. She throws a tantrum in the ring, screaming and stomping her feet. The crowd is both stunned and entertained by her dramatic reaction. Suddenly, Nikki Bella's music hits and she runs down to the ring. Nikki slides in and delivers a brutal knockout punch to Gaga, who crumples to the mat. Nikki Bella. Ha! How's that for a reality check, Gaga? Nikki stands over Gaga, laughing and taunting her fallen rival. The crowd's reaction is a mix of shock and amusement as Nikki revels in her moment of triumph. Elvira. Wow, Nikki Bella with a bold statement. She's not messing around tonight. This is absolute chaos. Lady Gaga dethroned by Jesus Christ, and now Nikki Bella adding insult to injury. What a night. The camera captures Nikki Bella's triumphant pose over Gaga before cutting to a commercial break, leaving the audience eagerly awaiting the next segment in this unpredictable and wild episode of 1412 Wrestling. Chart for episode 23, segment 8. Backstage, the camera pans to a darkened hallway, the ominous glow of red light filling the screen. The sound of footsteps echoes as the golf cart stable makes their entrance, returning from their battle in hell. Gary Busey, still dressed as Santa Claus, leads the way with a crazed grin on his face. Behind him, Iron Sheik, the Minotaur, John 420, Bart Gunn, and thousands of ancient Sumerians wielding chainsaws march in unison. Gary Busey. Ho! Merry Christmas in July, boys and girls. We went to hell and back, and now we're here to take what's ours. The stable stops in front of a makeshift stage draped in tattered red and black banners. Busey steps forward, the ancient Sumerians standing ominously behind him, chainsaws at the ready. Iron Sheik, dressed in his traditional garb but looking slightly singed from their journey, grabs a microphone. Iron Sheik. Listen, we go to hell, we fight the demons, and we come back stronger. Now we challenge you, Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade, to a Philly cheesesteak eating contest to determine the new stable championship. Philly cheesesteaks, they are the real. They make you strong. They make you champion. The Minotaur, towering over everyone, lets out a fierce roar, emphasizing the challenge. John 420, with a glazed look in his eyes, raises a fist and nods in agreement. Yeah, man. Philly cheesesteaks are the food of legends. We're gonna eat our way to victory, dude. Bart Gunn, looking determined, steps forward and grabs the microphone from Iron Sheik. Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade, you better be ready, 'cause we ain't backing down. We survived hell, and now we're gonna dominate this contest and take those titles. The ancient Sumerians rev their chainsaws in unison, creating a deafening roar that echoes through the hallway. The camera zooms in on Busey's wild eyes as he continues his unhinged rant. You hear that, Bars? Donkey Lips? Doug Funny? BB Rexa? Cliff O'Malley? We're coming for you. We've faced the fires of hell, and now we're ready to feast on victory. Prepare yourselves for the ultimate battle, because you're going down. The camera cuts to the members of the Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade, who are watching the challenge on a monitor backstage. Bars steps forward, looking determined and angry. Bars. They think they can beat us in an eating contest? They're about to find out why we're the Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade. We're not just fighters, we're champions, and we're not going to let some Christmas lunatic and his motley crew take us down. Donkey Lips pounds his fists together, a look of excitement on his face. Bring it on! I love Philly cheesesteaks, and I'm ready to eat my way to victory. Doug Funny adjusts his backpack, looking thoughtful but resolute. We've got this, guys. We've faced challenges before, and we've come out on top. This will be no different. Baby Rexa, with a smirk on her face, nods in agreement. We'll show them what real champions look like. They won't know what hit them. Cliff O'Malley, ever the hype man, jumps up and down with enthusiasm. Yeah! Let's do this! We're the Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade, and we're going to prove that boiled eggs aren't the only thing we can conquer. The camera cuts back to the golf cart stable where Gary Busey is still ranting and raving, the ancient Sumerians revving their chainsaws once more. This is our time. This is our moment. Get ready, Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade, because Christmas in July is coming to town, and we're bringing the pain. Ho, ho, ho. The screen fades to black, the sound of chainsaws lingering as the segment comes to a close, leaving the audience eagerly anticipating the epic showdown between the golf cart stable and the Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade. Episode 23, Segment 9. Match 5 Tag Team Championships. Scott Steiner's Tigers C versus the 7-Up Spot and the Nabisco Thing. The camera pans to the ring as the familiar sounds of Scott Steiner's entrance music blare through the arena. The crowd erupts in a mix of cheers and boos as Scott Steiner's Tigers, ferocious and ready for action, make their way down the ramp. The Tigers, powerful and intimidating, enter the ring, snarling at the audience. Jim folks, we've got a real doozy coming up. Scott Steiner's Tigers are here to defend their tag team championship, and let me tell you, these beasts are not to be taken lightly. The lights dim and a bizarre, upbeat jingle starts to play. The crowd watches in bewilderment as the 7-Up Spot, a bouncy and hyperactive character, makes his way to the ring, accompanied by the Nabisco Thing, an oddly shaped cookie-like figure. Their entrance is a flurry of bright lights and unexpected antics, causing the audience to laugh and cheer. Jim Ross. And here come the challengers, the 7-Up Spot and the Nabisco Thing. This duo might look strange, but don't underestimate them. They've got some tricks up their sleeves. The bell rings, and the match begins. One of Scott Steiner's tigers pounces towards the 7-up spot, but the agile and quick spot dodges with ease, bouncing off the ropes and delivering a series of quick, unpredictable strikes. The Nabisco Thing, using its odd, bulky frame, distracts the other tiger, engaging it in a strange but effective grapple. The tigers, relying on their raw power, manage to gain the upper hand momentarily, throwing the Nabisco Thing to the corner and focusing their attacks on the 7-up spot. However, Spot's agility proves to be a formidable counter as he flips and bounces around the ring, frustrating the tigers. The match takes a chaotic turn when the Nabisco Thing, with a surprising burst of energy, launches itself at one of the tigers, locking it in a bizarre but effective hold. The crowd goes wild as Spot climbs the turnbuckle, preparing for a high-flying maneuver. This is unbelievable. The 7-up Spot is going to the top rope. What's he planning? With a spectacular leap, the 7-up Spot lands a perfectly executed splash on the tiger, dazing it. The Nabisco Thing, using its unusual strength, rolls the other tiger into the center of the ring. The 7-up Spot and the Nabisco Thing team up for a double-team move, a combination of agility and sheer weirdness that leaves the tigers stunned. The referee counts to 3, and the bell rings, signaling the end of the match. The crowd explodes with cheers and applause as the 7-up Spot and the Nabisco Thing stand victorious, holding the tag team championship belts high above their heads. Jim Ross, I can't believe it. We have new tag team champions. The 7-up Spot and the Nabisco Thing have done the impossible. What an incredible match. The Tigers, still dazed and confused, retreat from the ring as the 7-up Spot and the Nabisco Thing celebrate their unexpected victory. The audience continues to cheer, amazed by the surprising outcome of the match. What a night, folks. Anything can happen here at 1412 Wrestling, and this just proves it. Congratulations to the 7-up Spot and the Nabisco Thing, our new tag team champions. The screen fades to black as the new champions continue to celebrate in the ring, the crowd's cheers echoing throughout the arena. Segment 10. The scene opens backstage where Spider-Man, back from injury, is seen talking to the management team, which includes VP Dana Scully, President Freddy Krueger, Commissioner Eric Matthews, and GM Rita Repulsa. Spider-Man: look, I just want another chance to show what I can do. I'm ready to get back in the ring and prove myself. Iron Sheik broke my back, but I'm stronger now and I want a match with him. As Spider-Man pleads his case, the door bursts open and Miss Piggy struts in with her usual flair and confidence. Miss Piggy, pushing Spider-Man aside with a dramatic wave of her hand. Move aside, Spidey. It's time for the Queen to reign. I've been overlooked for far too long, and it's high time I get the title shot I deserve. Spider-Man looks a bit startled, but quickly regains his composure. Miss Piggy, with all due respect, I think we all deserve a fair shot, but I really need this match with Iron Sheik. It's personal. Tilting her head with a smile. Personal. Schmersonal. This is show business, darling, and no one can bring the ratings like Moy. The management team looks visibly torn, unsure of how to handle the demands of these two charismatic stars. Freddy Krueger, in his usual menacing tone, finally speaks up. All right, everyone calm down. I appreciate the passion, but we can't just hand out title shots because you demand them. Spider-Man, you want a match with Iron Sheik? You're going to have to earn it. And Miss Piggy, while your enthusiasm is noted, you're not getting a title shot just because you waltz in here and ask for it. Miss Piggy gasps, clearly offended, and Spider-Man looks slightly deflated, but determined. Fine, but you haven't heard the last of me. This little piggy is going to show you all. She storms out, leaving Spider-Man to continue his case. Spider-Man, I get it, Freddy, but just give me a chance to prove myself. I won't let you down. We'll see, Spidey. For now, focus on what you can control, and maybe, just maybe, you'll get your shot. Spider-Man nods, understanding the challenge ahead. The scene ends with Spider-Man walking out, determined to earn his match, while the management team discusses their next steps. Jim Ross, voiceover as the camera pans back to the arena. Folks, it looks like Spider-Man and Miss Piggy have some proving to do. What a night we're having here at 1412 Wrestling. Segment 11. Arena, the lights dim, and the crowd's anticipation grows. Suddenly, Segment 11. The lights dim and the crowd's anticipation grows. Suddenly, festive Christmas music blares through the speakers as Gary Busey, dressed as Santa Claus, makes his way to the ring, accompanied by the entire golf cart stable. The audience is a mix of cheers and laughter at the bizarre sight. Folks, I can't believe my eyes. Gary Busey, dressed as Santa Claus, ready to challenge Mike Tyson for the World Championship. This is going to be one wild ride. Busey enters the ring, doing exaggerated Santa-like gestures, waving to the crowd and pretending to hand out gifts. The golf cart stable members cheer him on from ringside. The arena goes dark again, and the familiar strains of the theme from Punch-Out start playing. Mike Tyson, the world champion, walks out with his pigeons fluttering around him, a fierce look of determination on his face.
Jim Ross.
And here comes the champ! Mike Tyson, accompanied by his loyal pigeons, ready to defend his title against this unconventional challenger. Match 6. World Championship. Mike Tyson, C versus Gary Busey, dressed as Santa Claus. The bell rings and the match begins. Busey, ever the wild card, immediately tries to throw Tyson off with bizarre antics, pulling out a bag of Christmas presents filled with various weapons and distractions. He tosses glitter into the air, Henwish creating a momentary spectacle that catches Tyson off guard. Busey capitalizes on the distraction, hitting Tyson with a plastic candy cane. Tyson stumbles slightly but quickly regains his composure, his face a mask of intensity. Busey then attempts a headlock, but Tyson powers out, lifting Busey and slamming him to the mat. Tyson's power is just too much. Busey's trying everything, but it's not enough to keep the champ down. Busey, not to be deterred, reaches into his Santa sack again, this time pulling out a string of Christmas lights. He wraps them around Tyson, trying to tie him up, but Tyson breaks free with ease, ripping the lights apart. He then grabs Busey and delivers a series of rapid punches, sending Busey reeling. Busey, dazed but not out, staggers to his feet and tries to use the ropes for leverage. He charges at Tyson, but the champ sidesteps and counters with a devastating uppercut. Busey collapses to the mat, and Tyson goes for the pin. 1, 2. Busey kicks out at the last second, and the crowd roars in surprise. Tyson looks momentarily impressed, but quickly resumes his assault. He lifts Busey for a massive suplex, then follows up with a thunderous right hook that sends Busey crashing into the turnbuckle. Busey, in a last-ditch effort, climbs the ropes and attempts a flying crossbody, but Tyson catches him in midair. With a ferocious roar, Tyson slams Busey to the mat with a spinebuster. The crowd is on its feet as Tyson signals for the end. This could be it. Tyson is ready to finish this. Tyson winds up and delivers a knockout punch with all his might. Busey crumples to the mat, completely out cold. Tyson goes for the pin once more. Referee, 1, 2, 3. Result, Mike Tyson retains the World Championship. The crowd erupts in cheers as Tyson stands victorious, his pigeons fluttering around him. Suddenly, from the back, Gillberg sprints down the ramp and slides into the ring. Before Tyson can react, Gillberg delivers a surprise spear, shocking the audience. Gillberg out of nowhere with a spear. What is he thinking? However, Tyson quickly recovers, getting back to his feet almost immediately. He grabs Gillberg and delivers a crushing uppercut, sending Gillberg crashing to the mat, unconscious. Tyson stands over him, a look of dominance on his face. Tyson grabs a microphone, breathing heavily as he begins to speak. Mike Tyson, you all think you can step up to the champ? Vegeta, Bars, Hogan, Elvis, and even you clowns from the golf cart stable. Listen up. You want a shot at this title? You better bring everything you've got, because I'm not just a boxer. I'm a fighter, and I'll knock every last one of you out if I have to. The crowd goes wild, chanting Tyson's name as he throws down the microphone and raises his championship belt high in the air. The camera cuts to the shocked faces of his potential challengers watching from backstage, each of them knowing they have a formidable opponent in Tyson. What a statement from the champ. Mike Tyson is ready to take on all comers, and I can't wait to see who steps up next. The scene fades out with Tyson standing tall in the ring, the undisputed world champion of 1412 wrestling. Segment 12, main event. Arena. The arena lights dim, and the crowd buzzes in anticipation for the most unusual main event yet, the Stable Championship Philly Cheesesteak Eating Contest. The ring has been replaced by a long table piled high with Philly cheesesteaks. As the theme song, Psycho Vision by Suicidal Tendencies, blasts through the speakers, the Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade marches down the ramp. Bars leads the charge, followed by Donkey Lips, Doug Funny, Cliff O'Malley, Baby Rexa, and their newest member, Jackie Chan. They take their seats at one side of the table, their expressions a mix of determination and bewilderment. Folks, I never thought I'd see the day where a Philly cheesesteak eating contest would be the main event. But here we are with the Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade ready to take on the golf cart. Suddenly the lights flicker and Tetris by Power Glove roars through the speakers. The golf cart stable, led by a still woozy Gary Busey dressed as Santa Claus, makes their entrance. Iron Sheik the Minotaur, John 420, Bart Gunn, and the thousands of ancient Sumerians wielding chainsaws follow closely behind. Busey stumbles slightly, still feeling the effects of Tyson's uppercut, but he waves cheerfully to the crowd as they make their way to the table. Jim Ross, here comes the golf cart stable, fresh from their battle in hell and ready to claim the stable championship. Gary Busey looks like he's had one and too many hits tonight, but he's still in it. Both teams take their seats and the referee signals for the contest to begin. The participants immediately dive into the cheesesteaks, stuffing their faces with reckless abandon. The crowd cheers wildly, more entertained by the chaos than the actual contest. Donkey Lips eats with ferocity, bits of cheesesteak flying everywhere. Doug Funny takes a more methodical approach, carefully analyzing each bite. Cliff O'Malley tries to shove multiple sandwiches into his mouth at once, while BB Rexa and Jackie Chan display impressive eating skills, keeping pace with the rest of the team. Across the table, the golf cart is equally chaotic. Iron Sheik angrily smashes cheesesteaks into his mouth, occasionally shouting unintelligible phrases. The Minotaur uses his massive hands to shovel food in, while John 420 eats with a relaxed, almost meditative pace. Bart Gunn competes fiercely, and the Sumerians, despite the awkwardness of wielding chainsaws, manage to consume an impressive amount. Gary Busey, still dazed, occasionally pauses to wave at the crowd or make bizarre comments. He stuffs cheesesteaks into his mouth between nonsensical statements.
Gary Busey, ho ho ho.
This one's for the elves.
Tyson packs a punch, but Santa's got the munch. As the contest progresses, the crowd starts chanting for their favorites, egging on the competitors with increasing fervor. Both teams are neck and neck, the tension rising with each passing second. Jim Ross. This is unbelievable. Both teams are giving it their all, and it's too close to call. Who will claim the stable championship? Suddenly, Bars stands up and cuts a scathing promo mid-contest, cheesesteak in hand. Bars, boiled eggs have no place in 1412 wrestling. This is a new era, and we will not rest until boiled eggs are banned forever. The crowd erupts in cheers, but the golf cart stable responds with even greater determination. Iron Sheik shouts in broken English, spitting bits of cheesesteak as he speaks. Philly cheesesteak is the real. Boiled eggs are jabroni. We are the champions, yes? With one final push, the golf cart stable rallies together, each member stuffing their faces faster and more furiously than before. The Sumerians, their chainsaws now used as makeshift forks, make a surprising difference. As the final seconds tick down, the golf cart stable pulls ahead, devouring the last few cheesesteaks with unparalleled speed. Time's up. The referee counts the remaining cheesesteaks on each side, and it's clear the golf cart stable has won. The golf cart has done it. They've won the stable championship in the most chaotic main event we've ever seen. Result, the golf cart wins the stable championship. The crowd goes wild as Gary Busey, still feeling the Tyson's knockout, stands up and raises his arms in victory, pieces of cheesesteak falling from his beard. The rest of the golf cart stable celebrates, with Iron Sheik lifting a chainsaw high in the air. We went to hell and back, and now we've proven ourselves. Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade, you're just the beginning. Ho, ho, ho. The Anti-Boiled Egg Brigade looks dejected but determined, plotting their next move. As the celebration continues, the scene fades to a commercial break, leaving the audience buzzing with excitement and confusion. Closing segment. The camera pans over the raucous crowd, their cheers echoing through the arena. The aftermath of tonight's chaos is evident in the broken cheesesteak, scattered props, and the bewildered faces of fans. Bars, standing with his anti-boiled egg brigade, looks determined and furious. He grabs a microphone, his voice filled with rage and determination. Bars, this isn't over. We will regroup, we will rebuild, and we will destroy the golf cart. The anti-boiled egg brigade will rise again. You hear me, golf cart? You might have won tonight, but this war is far from over. Donkey Lips stands beside him, flexing his muscles exaggeratedly, while Doug Funny nervously adjusts his sweater vest, looking unsure but resolute. BB Rexha paces back and forth, her eyes filled with fire, while Cliff O'Malley, ever the prankster, tries to lighten the mood by making funny faces.
Yeah.
We're not going to let some cheese-a-steak eating contest get us down. We're going to come back stronger. Right. Yeah, we've got strategies. We're gonna win next time. This is just a setback. The anti-boiled egg brigade is not going anywhere. We're here to stay. Cliff O'Malley, and we're gonna prank them so hard they won't know what hit them. The crowd roars in response, divided between cheering for the anti-boiled egg brigade and their newfound respect for the golf cart stable. Jim Ross stands at ringside, microphone in hand, summing up the night's events. Folks, tonight has been an unforgettable night. New champions, new rivalries, and pure chaos. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on 1412 Wrestling. Just as Jim Ross finishes, the lights in the arena flicker and punch out. Theme music blasts through the speakers. Mike Tyson storms the ring with a fierce look in his eyes. Without warning, he begins knocking out every member of both the anti-boiled egg brigade and the golf cart, one by one. Jim Ross. Oh my God, it's Mike Tyson. He's knocking everyone out. This is absolute madness. Tyson starts with bars, delivering a crushing uppercut that sends him sprawling. Donkey Lips charges at Tyson, but is met with a swift right hook, dropping him instantly. Doug Funny tries to escape, but Tyson catches him with a left jab that leaves him dazed. Jim Ross, Tyson is a force of nature. No one can stand against him. BB Rexha attempts to use her agility to outmaneuver Tyson, but he grabs her midair and slams her to the mat. Cliff O'Malley tries to sneak up on Tyson with a prank, but Tyson, ever vigilant, spins around and delivers a knockout punch that leaves O'Malley flat on his back. This is sheer dominance. Tyson is unstoppable. With the anti-boiled egg brigade decimated, Tyson turns his attention to the golf cart stable. He starts with John 420, who tries to fight back with some sloppy punches, but Tyson's precision and power prove too much. John 420 goes down hard. Gary Busey, still dressed as Santa Claus and reeling from Tyson's earlier knockout, attempts to rally his troops. Gary Busey, we're not done yet. Iron Sheik, Minotaur, Bart Gunn, Sumerians. Attack! Iron Sheik charges at Tyson, but his attacks are no match for Tyson's speed and strength. Tyson delivers a brutal combination that leaves Sheik crumpled on the ground. The Minotaur roars and swings wildly, but Tyson dodges and delivers a series of punches that bring the beast to its knees. Bart Gunn, the seasoned brawler, puts up a valiant fight, but Tyson's relentless assault overwhelms him, and he goes down after a powerful uppercut. Tyson is cleaning house. This is incredible. Finally, the thousands of ancient Sumerians wielding chainsaws hesitate, unsure of how to proceed against the unstoppable Tyson. He glares at them, daring them to make a move. They drop their chainsaws and flee the ring in terror. The Sumerians are retreating. They know they can't win against Tyson. Tyson stands tall in the center of the ring, bodies strewn around him, and grabs a microphone. Mike Tyson. Vegeta, get your ass out here. I challenge you to a knife fight right now. The crowd gasps, and suddenly Vegeta appears from behind, a sinister grin on his face. He lunges at Tyson, stabbing him in the left side of his neck. The crowd is in shock, but Tyson barely flinches. With a roar, he lands a devastating uppercut on Vegeta, knocking him out cold. I can't believe what we're seeing. Tyson just took a knife to the neck and knocked Vegeta out. This is insanity. The arena is electric with disbelief and excitement. As the chaos settles, the camera focuses on Jim Ross for the final word. Jim Ross. What a night. What a way to end the show. This is 1412 Wrestling, where anything can happen. Stay tuned, folks, because next week promises even more mayhem and madness. Good night. The screen fades to black with the current champions list flashing on the screen. Current champions. World champion, Mike Tyson, tag team champions. The 7-Up spot and the Nabisco Thing. Competitive eating champion, Norm from Cheers. Laser gun surfing battle champion, Guy. Divas champion, Catherine Isabel, sword fighting champion, Jesus, stable champion, the golf cart. The crowd is left in anticipation of what will come next in the unpredictable world of 1412 wrestling. The closing image is Tyson standing over the fallen bodies of Vegeta and the others, a look of determination and dominance on his face as the screen fades to black.